Welcome to another episode of your online music lessons. And today we'll be talking about the Cajon. The Cajon is spelled as C-A-J-O with a stroke up and N. So C-A-J-O-N. So it's pronounced as Cajon. It's the Spanish word for box or crate. So a lot of us know this as the box drum or a rhythm box, right? So that's written on my Cajon right here. It's the rhythm box that kind of, it's just a box that kind of produces rhythm to get people dancing, get people singing, and do all that fun stuff together. So the Cajon started in the late 19th century. That is the 1850s onwards. So it started then, and then it started becoming more and more popular, where a lot of people start using this instrument to make music with other instruments, or with singing, or with their friends, dancing. And so it became more popular in the 20th century, and then it started spreading out worldwide. It's mostly used in this type of music called the Afro Peruvian music. The Afro Peruvian music has very engaging beats. They've got really strong sense of rhythm in their music, and it just makes you want to get on your feet and dance. Now, you can hear two different types of sound on my Cajon. So the first sound sounds like this, and the second sound sounds like this. When it first started, it actually did not quite have that little buzzing sound there. It was just a normal box or a crate. And they would have different sounds where you hit on different parts of the box, right? So for example, if I hit it on the side, it sounds like that. Hit it on the back, it sounds a bit different. And the front is where the main difference is, right? So we've got one, this is a lower sound, and this is a higher sound. So with the mixture of the high and low pitch of this Cajon, it kind of generates and creates a rhythm that gets you on your feet dancing. So what actually makes this sound? Now, when the Cajon first started in the 19th century, the late 19th century, it did not have that buzzing sound, as I was saying. It did not have that buzzing sound because they did not have any metal strings that's attached to it. As the instrument evolved through time, people started adding different elements like metal strings and metal chords to it, and that is actually what produces that buzzing sound. So now I'm going to show you what is actually inside the Cajon. Alright, so now here we see inside the Cajon, we can see that there is this metal cord. Alright, it's made of metal, and it's this wavy little wire, right? And we call that a stretched cord, right? That stretched cord actually is just placed on top of the wood. So when you actually hit the drum, these stretched cords actually cause vibrations. And when it vibrates, it creates a different sound compared to when I hit a normal box, right? So it's just a plain hollow box. So as you can see, right, on the inside of the Cajon, it's actually empty. So that's where all the vibrations can pass through. And you might be thinking, oh, there is a hole at the back of the Cajon, right? That is for the air that's within the Cajon to escape. So if it doesn't escape, it wouldn't sound as resonant. It wouldn't sound as big and full as how it sounds like right now. So we've got two different sounds. You got a one. This is the bass sound. It's low in pitch, bass, and this is the snares. This resembles the snares, right? With those metal stretched chords behind them. All right. So today we're going to make our own Cajon. And what we're going to need is just some boxes, okay? It can be a simple box. You don't really need to sit on it. You don't need to find a box that's so strong that you can sit on it. But you just got to find any old box. And we're going to see if we can make a Cajon out of household items. All right. So I've never tried this. I've never tried making a cajon, and so we're going to see if it actually works. At the end of this video, we're going to talk about whether the homemade cajon resembles the actual cajon. And if it does, you could very well make one yourself instead of buying one off the shelf. So let's get to it. I'm going to take you to where all my materials are, and we're going to get hands-on. Alright, here we are, and I've got all the necessary materials that I think we will need for today. Like I said, I haven't really tried making out my homemade cajon just yet, but we're just going to try and we're going to see if it's a success. So obviously we have to have a box, right? Because it's a cajon. Cajon is Spanish for box. So we need a box, right? I've got this box here, and I've got this little can. What I'm going to use this can for is to make the snares. And I've got scissors. Make sure that you be very careful with your scissors if you're using it. And I've got some tape. Obviously, we need tape. All right, so let's begin. The box is empty, and there's heaps of room for the sound to vibrate. Now, the only thing is this. I need a hole in my box. Here, I've got a real cajon, and we've got a hole there. All right, so we're gonna make a hole. Okay, let's make a hole. Don't seal the box just yet because it'll be easier to go in from the big hole on top to put our snares in place before we actually seal it up. Okay, so what do I need to do? I need to make a hole in the box. All right, I think I'm gonna use this side for the cajon. So this is the front part where I hit, and I'm going to make the hole right at the back there. So I'm going to use my scissor and make a nice hole in the middle there. All right, so let's get going. Alright, so I'm going to fold the edges in like that, so it's a bit more, it looks a bit better rather than cardboard sticking out. That was quite a workout, trust me. I'm just going to take the edges like that, so it looks a bit more, looks a bit neater like that. Alright, so we've got that box there, and now I'm going to hit it so that you can hear it. It's a very nice bassy sound. It's good. This is a good box. This is a good box. Okay, so now let's go on to making our snare. So I'm just going to put this box right here. I've got an aluminium can, right? And this aluminium can, I'm going to trim off the top so that I can dry the insides. Okay, with a pair of scissors. Once again, just be very careful with your scissors. Alright, and now I've got a reasonably large hole there. And I'm going to add some rice. Well, you can actually substitute this rice with beans or, you know, anything that actually, beans maybe, that actually rolls around like that, okay? So I'm going to add some rice in. Let's see how it goes. Ooh, that makes a nice rattling sound. Ah, that's very hopeful. Let's keep going. Ah, I've got it all over the floor. All right, there we go. So don't worry too much about making a mess. This is going to be a bit messy, but, well, it's on the name of sensory play, isn't it? So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold some tissue paper and just cover it on top so that when I put the tape over, it doesn't actually, the rice doesn't actually stick on the tape. So let's maybe put it up like that. Yeah, okay, that looks good. Fantastic. Go. And around, that's good. You just need like one sheet of paper just to secure that top there. Alright, and tape it nice. There. That's drips tight. Tie it up. So it's nice and shaky right now. So you can hear it rattle a little bit. Alright. Okay, so another reason why I did not use the iced lemon tea bottle, which is the plastic bottle, is also because there are like little edges right there. There's like little bit indentations, right? So it doesn't really stick nicely. Just like the stretched cords, we wanted to touch the surface of our box, right, evenly. So this is flat. So when I actually put it on here like that, if on my box, it's going to be flat, right? But if it's a water bottle, right, well, it still touches, but there will be some parts that's losing contact. So I think this might work a little bit better, but we'll see. All right, so I've got my box, I've got the snares ready, and it's coming to the end of making our own cajon box. So let's get this one. Okay, what I'll be doing now is I'm going to stick this snares, this little shaker, right, on the top here, using tape to secure it there, hoping that when I hit the top, it causes this to rattle a little bit. All right, so let's see how that goes. All right, so I've secured that aluminium can right there now, and it looks something like that. But yeah, so let's seal it up right now. All right, so that's all done, and let's just try this out, okay? It's cool. That's a little waltz kind of rhythm. We go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Well, I think that's about it. This is a pretty good cajon, I think. I would rate my homemade instrument about a 7.5 and 8. The next time I make a cajon again, I might actually think of a way to make sure that this sounds a little bit more obvious, like this. It's the other way around, like this. Right, so we've got a very nice cajon right here, a homemade cajon, and you've got the bass sound, and you've got the snares right here. All right, so you can actually use this to start playing around with music or do some rhythms and get dancing. So let's get some music on and use your homemade cajon to play along with the music. I'll see you on the next one.